Welcome back to some professional StarCraft 2, where it's my eternal pleasure to introduce to you, in the top right, the most entertaining player in the game. In the red, it's the final boss. It's Dark, against his eternal nemesis. Not just figuratively, but literally, the player who has won the most matches against him in the history of StarCraft 2. It is not the Protoss player we deserve, but it's the one we need right now. It's herO, the smiling assassin. Dark has had a top year this year. One of his best. Almost as good as when he won the World Championship, in my opinion. But herO still maintains his spot as the #1 Protoss player in the world. And honestly, this matchup feels kind of like coming home. All right, we've had a lot of huge tournaments lately, a lot of crazy events. This is the Korean StarCraft 2 League Grand Finals. Back to the weekly matches. But if you enjoy these two, if you enjoy StarCraft 2 or you enjoy my commentary, it'd be awesome if you could like and subscribe. Maybe not in that order. But, Jimmy, what are we didn't make it yesterday? We're close. All right, 1,133 likes, and I'll cast another series. And apparently I'll probably do it anyways. But that's all right. We keep going up by one. At some point, we'll hit a wall. Well, maybe not if herO's playing. His major weakness. Dark starts things off with the third. At the third is herO and his pesky probe doing what he could to deny the natural expansion. As you know, in this matchup, and Dark exemplifies it, either you take your third or their natural, much of the time. Unless for some reason they've decided not to pursue. Ooh, almost kills a probe early on. Another adept on the other side, which is why these Zerglings are in here at all. But two more Zerglings come in! He's killed 2 probes! Dark doesn't need much. 4 Zerglings, and he's doing economic damage. And real economic damage at that, as he's killed 2 probes, as well as prevented a lot of money. He's in the main! Almost gets another. The income, usually in the Protoss' favor at this phase of the game, is a little more varied. As, of course, Zerg has to get their queens up, their larva online. It isn't the stage. Look at the drone count. Just now getting up to 29 to 31, despite losses earlier. Part of that is building half a dozen more Zerglings. There is an adept holding right in the wall there. Of course, Dark sees it. Oracle comes in, but the queens will strongly suggest it leave the premises. Well, trying to catch a couple of these adepts, but they make it into the main. 2 more queens. These ones very angry about it, but the adepts are here to stay until they aren't here anymore. 4 drones down. And a Phoenix is followed up, mixed in after the Oracle. A second Oracle on the way. Jimmy, I can't even hear. Oh my god. I'm getting old, alright. I need to turn up the sounds so I can hear. It's like, can't you see it? Well, can't you turn up the volume slider? I just did! Alright. They can do it on the YouTubes, but I have to do it myself. Alright. Game is hard. Well, after the early shenanigans here, Dark did commit a lot. Relatively a lot. Obviously, half a dozen Zerglings aren't going to be a game changer most of the time. But doing that early aggression and then following up with any... Ooh. Queen, move out of the way, sir. Come on in, Oracles. Lifts up the Queen, which, I mean... kind of a weird place to do that. Nowhere near the middle line. More of a asking whether or not you could rather than if you should situation. Oracle's getting a lot of work done. As Dark can't seem to pin them down. The knitting needles of the queens. Not stitching enough of them together. And oh my god, what a save! The Oracle recalled out as the queens were closing in. And a third Oracle comes in for more, but that should be the end of the early shenanigans here. Out of herO. Still gonna poke and prod with the Phoenix, but past that, I don't expect any more real. I take it back. He's gonna keep sending adepts. You know what? I think herO partially just trying to keep Dark off balance here. One of the few players who can actually do that. And right now, these adepts, how many Zerglings? There's 10 Zerglings, 6 queens. None of those are gonna kill these adepts particularly quickly. And the adepts, Dark gonna Evo chamber block, but he sends 2 drones! I can't believe he let the shade complete. That was a premium opportunity, but near premium here. As well on the drones. Might just decide to cancel, as the Zergling's probably a greater threat. He actually activated the oracles. That is a mistake. So, while Dark didn't see it at all, for some reason, herO accidentally activated his oracles on the other side of the map. And that leaves him with very little energy. We just caught the tail end of that. But, jumping the gun there a bit. And that means the oracles aren't going to be able to come in and get any extra damage on top of the adepts so far. But quite a spicy game to start things off. A double-tiered wall. A gate of gates from herO. As he does whatever he can to keep those Zerglings. And is there a Bane Nest? No Bane Nest. Okay. Potentially Banelings from getting in. Dark, on the other hand, has absorbed the damage. And only now is finishing up a lair. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an infestation pit very quickly, though. As well behind it. 13 roaches. Robo Bay is on the way. As well as the Templar Archives just now completing. So herO pretty much has access to everything, whereas Dark is going directly down the Roach Road. Quite a commitment here. There's the Observer alongside the charge lots. Gonna make it very annoying to continue to spread the creep out until those roaches are here to protect it. You're doing a pretty good job of keeping the creep spread limited. Oracle's drone, just hoping the oracles don't notice it. Will get away just in time. Phoenix scouts through, probably looking to see if there's a Spire, which is definitely a risk. If you open up Charge Lot Robo, Mutalisks are a real threat. Even if you do have the Stargate, it takes time to build Phoenixes. So we will see. Well, it's not going to be Mutas. It's going to be Roaches, and also followed up with more Roaches. As Dark already, 24 Roaches on the field, 15 Charge Lots though. Some Immortals. 1 Immortal, 1 Archon. Colossus on the way to help zone out. herO's been mixing that in a little bit lately. In this matchup. The Colossus is kind of an awkward role. Dealing with just the Lings and Banes, but being almost entirely ineffective against Roach Ravager. Leaves it in kind of a weird spot. But at the right place, the right time, definitely a difference maker. Even Dark is just maxed out. I did, like, you let him go for 2 minutes and boom. 200 supply of roaches, 69 drones. What's not to love? Dark is gonna be hammering on the gates, literally and figuratively. And it's up to herO to defend, but herO has a lot of army supply. Especially considering how cost and effective roaches can be. Especially against this Immortal Charge Lot. Even a few Colossi mixed in. They're not nothing. Definitely in a choke point, they can stack up the damage with the thermal lances. But the roaches are just streaming by. Quantity, a quality all its own here. I think herO definitely wishing he had disruptors in this fight. As opposed to the Colossi tiptoeing their way forward. Just knocks out the 4th base. Oracles, everything, all the fancy laser beams chasing him down, but Dark just came in, swept the 4th base off the table, and went home. Now he's got Burrow Move on the way. herO clearly inspired by Dark's Roach tactics in his recent games. Though Zerg versus Terran, honestly, herO using even more of them than we've seen Dark in the past. Picking up another queen, remember me? Oh, the War Prism is there. He can reinforce. This is still a dangerous army out of herO. I mean, he's got +2 attack. He's got 3 Colossi and a whole bunch of Stalkers with Blink. So, here we go. Bringing the roaches in from the south. The queens might be able to target down the War Prism. Colossi doing a lot of damage to the main brunt of the roaches. The roaches themselves somewhat getting outflanked here. this choke point is making it very difficult for Dark to get the surface area he wants compared to the Colossi, who have actually found a scenario where they can be effective. And Dark dips heavily in supply, and a Disruptor comes up. This was all done without a single Ruptor. And now, with that threat on the field, Dark is in dire straits. He's down to 3 bases himself. He's taking a 4th towards the south, but... well, burrow move. Oh my god. There is no detection. He does have disruptors, but the one way Dark might be able to turn this around. Does herO notice? Does he see it? Oh my god, how do you not? He can pop up right on top of the Ruptors. Oh my god, Dark! Fire point blank! The disruptors are still gonna find a connection. It wasn't nearly enough, but it was so cool though. Oh, which I think Summer, oh, just gives him a single. We're gonna call it a G. After that, but Dark is slapped down in game 1 by herO's stalwart Protoss army. His under-burrowed tactics not gonna carry him through to start off the series, but oh my god. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh yeah, I made a point beforehand. I wanted to point this is my favorite shirt. All right, it's a Hydra. Thank you, Carbot. All right, go watch Carbot right now. You know what? Carbot, one of the few people I'll say, pause this video, go watch some Carbot. I don't even care what, it doesn't have to be StarCraft. I mean, don't actually do that, but think about it. And then maybe later when you're looking for a couple minutes instead of an hour to fill. Game 2. Hydra. Comedic genius. Where were we? Oh, we were just starting. Game 2. herO takes game 1 in relatively convincing fashion after Dark tries to kind of slip around and underneath him. I don't think it's going to be that easy for herO as time goes on here, but Dark definitely one of the players who will take the first or even a couple games of the series to do some... oh my god. Well, yeah, he's proxy hatching. Here we go. Oh, just he's the probe. Oh, it looked back like, wait, no. And he drops it down. All right, here we go. Pulls a few off the line. There are the Zerglings on the way across. I have no, like, he's not gonna kill it. Well, the Zerglings are here. So, if he kills the Zealot, obviously this is very bad for herO. But the hatch will die. I think he's trying to body block it out a bit, make sure it doesn't get away. The Zerglings, the drone's fighting the probe, which is probably not gonna work out for it. Trying to live a little longer. There's enough lings. Oh, he gets us around! Oh, no. Adept is on the way, but it's not done yet. The probes are pulled off the line. The Zealot! Bomb! He kills him, and then... no matter what, Dark gets in. Okay, a lot of mining time lost. It appears the drone died as well before it could even attempt another proxy hatch. But here we are. The Adept will chase it down. A very similar scenario to last game, but a bit more dramatic in getting here. As Dark double expands behind. Just goes to the complete other end of the spectrum here. And hopefully will not die to 2 Adepts, because if you don't have Zergling speed and you only got 1 Queen, I think herO has read this right. He doesn't have any information on the other side of the map here. But I think he's gambling that Dark is going to try to get greedy out of the... like I said, herO does seem to have Dark's number, which is an elusive one to get. All right, I've tried. So I'm a little jealous. But here we are. Adept shading in. And this is, look at Dark's drone count. Ugh. Well, I mean, if you're a Protoss fan, nice. And as 19, he's adding on a few more, 21, 22 drones. It's just not enough. This is even worse than the previous match. He's not going to have Zergling speed. He has no real way to threaten on the other side. The proxy hedge, herO just dealt with it. And now the Adepts get into the main. He really can't afford any drone losses right now. But that doesn't matter. herO's making him pay anyways. Oh, that was a bit awkward. Yeah, that didn't... Could have gone better. Still annoying. Still. And it's going to be glaive Adepts. The Overlord wandered through, but it didn't actually spot the Twilight Council here. Which means Dark is going to be in the himself about this. This very well could just be a shade across the glaives and win the game sort of match here. As Dark is just now taking gas. You simply cannot deal with glaive Adepts with slow legs. They will absolutely rip them apart. Even a few queens is not going to really tilt the scales a bit. Well, here we go. The Overlord, I think we'll see it. Yeah, Dark knows. But he's building slow legs, because he can't build anything else. The Roachmorn isn't even done. herO, 41 of 38 workers. We'll see what the count is at the end of this. Roach is on the way. herO not risking too much right now, though doesn't want to wait too long, as obviously Dark is putting together a response. More Adepts are shading across. A proxy pylon. It's about getting a little bit closer, even if it isn't a super pylon here. And here we go. More Adepts warping in. 2 proxy pylons, actually. Cancels the shade. Assassinates the queens. Spilling the royal blood here. And, well, I mean, it's been a while since we saw this. And could have gone longer if I'd like to be truthful. Could go a while longer without it, but here we go. The Adepts, a curious shade. And it sends them out, brings everyone together. Kind of a bit of mixed messages, but very easy to jump and consolidate the Adepts against non-speed roaches and lings. There's not too many queens either. He's got a Dark Shard on the way, just proxying 2 gates out here. Why not? One makes sense. The second one's a bit gratuitous, but... yeah, well, Dark... not looking good. If somehow herO, like, move commands past all these roaches and loses all of his Adepts, well, then Dark will still die to DT. So and then he has a stroke, which, well, actually, if Dark comes to his house and strangles him, which I wouldn't put out of the question. I don't know how far away his house is or wherever he's playing from. I know they're on the same team. There's a non-zero chance he's in the other room, so, you know, that's probably his best opportunity. Is to sneak up on him and then just... okay, don't be evil. Just unplug his Ethernet cord. And just be... well... maybe start downloading a bunch of stuff on Steam so he lags and misses a depth shade or something. I don't know. Other way, like that, there's no way. There's no way he thinks he needs DT Blink. herO is 100% trolling him right now. There's 5 DTs. Okay. That's it. That's enough. 2-0 herO. Match point. We could be going home early today. All right, go ahead, check the time. I have it on good authority. I was recommended this match by Dave Testa and Chicken Man over at the Korean StarCraft 2 League. I don't think we're done yet, is what I'm trying to say. Like and subscribe. When I said this felt like coming home a bit to your more standard fare of matches. Something comfortable. Still entertaining, still fun. But it's not over yet. I do feel like these two know each other so well. Like herO there called his bluff. Immediately. Dark gambled that herO would play defensive after the proxy hatch. Like, there's potentially another follow-up, another cheese. Nope. Adept straight across the map. Chrono boosted out, Dark got that bluff called immediately. So, and so far, I mean, it's 2-0, so. That's one of my favorite parts about Dark, though, is he will do all these crazy cheeses, and he will lose. He loses a lot. Like, he's no herO, okay? Where when he loses, it's either a testament to how much of a pain ZVZ is, or like a holiday level event. Like, herO loses professional series of StarCraft 2 in major tournaments less often than we have, like, major international holidays. So it might as well be. Whereas Dark is not afraid to whip out the proxy hatch and lay it on the table. Even if it means he gets it chopped off. Or, taken out. Sure, that's what I meant. Show me your proxy hatch, Dark. Sure you don't want to see my spine crawlers? No! Just your hatchery. With that, altitude, game 3. Adept. Stargate. I'm sorry. I was reading off the script. Stargate. Oh. Well, not really surprising, as no shenanigans afoot. Last game, we saw the Glaive Adepts as a direct response to Dark's less than savory economic position. Savory? Yeah, I think that works. Adept hanging out, patrolling a very barren patch of ground, but waiting for that shade cooldown as well. Gonna keep it going. Heads in towards the third. Spots a couple things. He actually went through with it. Gonna lose those shields. Couple more Zerglings. Queen gets a few taps on the shoulder. Shade kind of awkwardly moving around, but I think he wants that creep tumor. Come back here and stay out. Well, Dark actually, is that a Void Ray? Here come the Zerglings. We told you. A Void Ray? What are you doing out here? It's been a while. Probably since the last time I watched herO, you've been throwing these in. Lights it up. Oh, he may have been scouting for Overlords with the Adept earlier. Unfortunately, with the Void Ray on the other side of the map, the Oracle pops out just a little late to protect the third. And the Zerglings get a big cancel there, potentially negating any of the real advantage the Void Ray opened up. Just takes a bit longer to build, more expensive. That delay on the Oracle gonna cost herO big. Okay, alright, stutter stepping your Void Ray. What will Dark do about it? We haven't seen him go for anything. I had high hopes for that Burrowed Roach play in game 1, but that fell incredibly flat. Dramatically so. But this time, we got a full-on macro game on our hands here. hero's not going to be getting a bunch of drones. He's not going to be shaving down that worker count nearly as much. Well, I say that. I was pretty confident right up until I saw the Oracle sliding by, but still only gets 4 in the drone count. Twilight Forge behind. We'll see if he varies from the blink into the charge. What? Stop right there, ladies. No, Susan, I can't believe you did. I told you to step back. And now the adepts. Oh, no. Shut up, Lucille. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. When I get out of here, I swear I'm going to report you to Karen. She'll love that. Oracle's, I'm sorry, I blacked out for a second. Oracle's in the main. 14 drones in production, replacing the 10 that Dark has already lost. Well, I lied. It appears herO will be picking up a significant amount of drones. herO, wow! He's only lost that 1 adept. The other ones got out. I believe he managed to recall there. And now Dark, feeling like a Nidus is going to be on the agenda. I honestly, that was a lot of damage. He does have a lair. The Nidus might be a bit of a reach. There's still a Void Ray on the field. One of the best actual built-in defenses against a Nidus now that he has it. In fact, that might be some of the thought process there. Yeah, and he's got units out far. Oh my god, wait, has he just... He may have just seen the Nidus. Oh, he knows him so well. Look at this. He's got units just spread out because he knows that Dark won't hesitate to put it out on the field. And Dark puts it so far out. But 100% herO was looking for something like a Nidus. Probably a Nidus itself, but you know, there are options like Queen Drop and stuff. I want to see herO's reaction. There's the scream. Oh no, the Adepts get caught! And suddenly he's looking around. Is it in the main? No. But the Queens are coming. Oh my. Here we go. And wasn't quite prepared for it. Looks like the secondary Nidus will get taken out. But the Zergling's looking for... He's not in the wall! herO! herO, get in! He's warping in, but he drags a few units out of position. The Zerglings are rallying. Remember, herO has 69 probes to 56 drones throughout this. That is the most relevant part of it all. And Dark is droning. This is a macro Nidus. This Nidus is to make herO incredibly uncomfortable about the Queens and the Ravagers hanging out on his front lawn. These unsavory individuals. Well, I'm more like a hive, a collective. That's not the point. Bad neighbors, in general, creeping all over the place. herO does have the wall set. Dark is actually going to try to pull back. I feel like herO just reads him so well. He's just got it. Locked down. I can't believe he was pre-defending a Nidus. That was what it was. And Dark still pulls it off to an extent. But he has to make it so far out that it wasn't worth it. herO's just locked down. Oh, where are you going, Oracles? Oh my god. Oh my god. Recall! My god. Lucille! How many? I'm reporting you to the HOA. Alright. That was your job to defend the Oracles. The Hatcheries Owners Association will hear about this. I don't... Those Oracles really shouldn't be alive. But both of them get out, which is not a massive victory. But mentally, certainly not. Does not spark joy for Dark. So now herO is out on the map with some Blink Stalkers, which is a bit bold. His recall is on cooldown. That's really not that many Stalkers. As there's already plenty of Ravagers and Lings. Importantly, Dark has some Infestors already out. That Observer, oh, just barely out of vision range of the Spore Crawler there. Honestly, a great series, though, so far. Even if herO just walks over, somehow, even if herO just walks over and kills him right now, I've never quite watched someone so mentally prepared for Dark. Most players will win despite getting shaken by Dark's mind games, whereas herO is actually a step ahead. Like, the Greater Spire is on the way, but the Fleet Beacon is already finishing. He's already prepared. He's got that 4th base locked down. He did not commit with the Blink Stalkers. He did not play into the Infestors. There are Vipers on the way. Well, I think he understands there's a Greater Spire because he's looking at it with his observer, so that really... that's less of intuition and more just staring at the screen, but... you know... still, getting that observer in there, a key play. Understanding what Dark is going to do, and preparing for it. Carriers in production. He's going for the Rube Goldberg. Drops it down. Takes out the watchtower. Takes out the rocks. We'll see if he actually gets to mine from it, but the oracles... with 2 HP. Wait, is it literally 2? Okay, this one has 7. The other one has 4. 11 HP between them. He's taunting him. He's taunting him right now. There's no way herO thinks this is a good base to hold. But this is come and get it. 100%. What are you gonna do about it? He wants Dark to prematurely commit and be able to take out that army, which is a risky game. All right, you play with fire, sometimes you're liable to get burned. But right now, Dark, he's got the Broodlords. herO with his trademark phasing in the Warp Prism so he doesn't select all army it accidentally away. And that is quite literally, I think, what he is doing as a notorious F2 man himself. Not always, but much of the time. Blinking forward. Oh, those Infestors! Oh, the Ravagers throw up the Corrosive Biles. Only catch one. Oh, the Viper? Broodlord's raining down. Queens transfuse the Vipers. Get over here. Yanks and a Colossus. Broodlings flung out. Also a fight on the left flank, but the Void Ray gonna tilt the scales dramatically. Storm, +2 air weapons on the way compared to +1 fire attack and adrenal glands, alongside +2 Carapace and +1 flyer Carapace. It's weird to say Carapace so many times. Oracle finally dies. I believe it was yanked in there. No, just flew over. Carrier's holding for now. No mothership to cloak the base. herO blinking by. No Infestors on the other side. Broodlords are coming back to defend. A lot of Dark's army supply is committed to the Broodlords and the spellcasters here. His ground army is 6 Ravagers and a Roach outside of that. But he's yanking in. Well, 1 Archon at a time. Transfuses on the base. Infestors throws out a Fungal. The base, more transfuses. He's not willing to let it go. Stalker's still working on it. Queen's out of energy. And the base out of HP. Meanwhile, another attack. To the eastern flank. The Carriers, the Colossus, and the Immortals combined. All the top-tier strong units you can't warp in. Putting together a hatchery killing attack. And meanwhile, herO mines from the gold still. Still has that extra income. And might actually be able to get some real well, at this point, it's paid for itself. Dark unable to get the damage done. Neural Parasite now on the way. And herO moves in. He's trying to bring that air army back. He hasn't really been able to bring it to bear. There's still the 9 Broodlords. Dark has taken some hits here, but he still has the army to beat. And, it looks like Dark not to be outdone, but unfortunately, the Tempest and Carriers, as well as some charge lots, are going to try to pin down the Roaches. Ultralisk Cavern is on the way. As almost every unit being brought to the table. We haven't seen Ricky, the accidental swarm hose, yet. But this does feel like a game that Ultras could make some progress in. There's not, like, there's still enough leeway. Oh, yanks in. Gets one carrier. Well, there's not that much anti-air here. The Infestors coming up. Not the Infestors. The Templar coming around the side. Bit of a poor pathing there. And herO trying to chip his way through, but the spore count begins to grow. Corruptors target down one Tempest, but he loses most of them, so almost certainly not worth it. Overall, Dark is actually destroyed. Wow, 1,800 more gas and about 1,800 more minerals. He's actually been much more cost-effective throughout this. That is including, I believe, the hatcheries. There's so many, just a menagerie of units destroyed. It actually goes off the charts. I think we're missing some. Oh, well, it may not be included. I think the hatcheries are included, but they just don't show up in the units lost. It shows up in the resources. We're not here to do math. Okay, they're both maxed out, but herO actually doesn't have that much in the bank. This is a precarious army. Dark has a lot of top-tier spellcasters here. Chitinous plating on the way. The feedbacks are going to be very important. Throws one out. DT Blink in production, just something to note. Meanwhile, here come the Vipers. Parasitic Bomb on top of the carriers where the Interceptors are. Storming his own Templar to deal with this. But the Zerg army comes in. Above, below, into both sides. The Queens are able to take down. Well, the Queens are able to keep everything intact while it's taking down the carriers in the Tempest. The Templar were wiped out early. The Broodlords came in to help with the rest. The Corruptors on top of the carriers with Parasitic Bomb to help work through the Interceptors. And Dark takes a decisive victory. It's 195 to 102 supply. Is he dead? Honestly, that's almost a GG moment, but in come the DTs! Yeah, there's no leaving the game until you see if half a dozen, 10 DTs. A Nidus. Oh, Dark. Oh, he knows what he's doing. But the Infestors, he blinks on it, but isn't there? There's Infestors right there. herO, there's Infestors right there. There's Zealots in the main. Oh my god. herO just ignores the Infestors, ends up losing half the DTs to Fungal. The Broodlords are fighting a phalanx of cannons here. They're DTs, of course. This would be Dark versus herO without some weird, convoluted, and somewhat questionable base trade scenario. Not really a base trade if one player has lost. Well, wait. Okay, so herO's at 105 supply. Now we got a question why he's still in this game. Why are you still in this game, herO? He's warping in Stalkers. Well, part of it is that Dark has 18 Corruptors. Oh my god. He chases down the stop right there, criminal scum. Flux Veins on the way. Void Ray Speed. They're DTs in the bay. The Corruptors. Oh. Well, the Blink Stalkers come in. There's so... Now that's a lot. I remember there weren't enough Stalkers earlier, but here we are. Dark must be a real famous player. He has so many Stalkers here. I'm sorry. herO making more void. Dark hasn't actually really limited herO's economy at all. In fact, herO has 2,000 resource advantage in income. Meanwhile, Dark, he cleans up the DTs. This brave observer may accidentally die. It's lived this whole time. And it's been sitting here for like 14 minutes. And will finally die. herO has remaxed out. 25 Stalkers, 6 Void Rays. He's got the Value World Protoss going on right now. Essentially everything else you could build that doesn't take too much time. Between Corruptors, Infestors, we might even see a Microbial Shroud? It could happen. Probably not, though. He doesn't really need it. The Zealots into the main. Still haven't seen those precious, precious Ultralisks. The Zealots just... Yep, that's the main. Head right on out. Somehow Dark is still maxed. I guess Void Rays cost 4 supply apiece, so that's 28 supply of Void Rays, which makes up a quarter of his army. Oh, but the gold base! Oh, he blinked in, but here are the Infestors! There's not that much of a ground army to deal with it. Where did that fungal come from? It's just way outside. Meanwhile, the Void Rays sniped off another hatchery. Oh my. And they're too fast. And possibly too furious. So, it feels like Dark should have won this game, but then he didn't. And now, he still has all the momentum. He has the upgrades, he has the army to beat, so why bother fighting it, says herO. He goes straight across the map with his mass Void Ray. Alright, well, the Templar are what is this? Everyone pilot in. Oh my god, it's like the final act of a musical here, where we bring everyone who's been used at different phases of the game in to do all their stuff, and they each get a little bit. We got some fungals, we got some Void Rays. Remember the Void Ray from earlier? Well, here's 14 more. Alright, got the Queens are getting involved. Bunch of Stalkers. I guess we don't see the Carriers. The Carriers are probably not going to be coming back. Somehow herO has managed to re-expand. Some Zealots over here. The Brood... The Creep is over the foot of the Nexus, which I think is the most appropriate way to term that. The appendix. Alright, it's not that important. It's just there. A mothership is on the way. Where is Ricky? Everybody's wondering. Where is Ricky? Give the people the accidental swarm host. That's what well, not what we came here for. Not what we asked for. But is also a unit you can build. Oh. Hey, lose the observer. The Void Rays come in. Impeccable camera work here. Did not notice the Void Rays on the minimap, but I come in just in time. We got some Hydras. And if this goes on much longer, herO's actually been mining way more. And he's almost made up the gap in the bank. There is still this Void Ray, I mean this Broodlord Infestor army to contend with. Vipers are back out. Dark has decided to just hold on to whatever bases are nearby. He might be, yeah, he's already going to take the hatch. The Void Rays are headed for the main. We're looking at +3 air. Legacy of the Voids, indeed. More cannons. Observers all over the place. Parasitic Bomb and Fungal Wombo combo very much on the table here. herO is... yeah, there's the mothership. We'll see if it's worth the 400. A Bailing Nest from Dark. We still have it. This is happening. Citizens arrest. How many probes does it take to get to the center of a +3/+3 roach? More than that. God, it's brutal. Send 10 more. I was just getting started. This is my roach voice. All right. I think it's appropriate. Oh, that kind of hurts, actually. Is he building? You already have an Ultralisk Cavern. The Ultralisk Cavern she tells you not to worry about. It looks the same. Dark may have forgotten about his Ultralisk Cavern, or just making sure he has one just in case. Oh, feedbacks! Pop the Infestors. Like an overripe tomato. I can't believe he's rebuilding the, like he's building a backup ultra cavern. Like he cared so much about the first one. Who are you kidding, Dark? Meanwhile, oh, pop, pop, pop. The revelation allowing him to get so many. But where's the Viper? It's time. Where are the Vipers? Oh, yeah, them. Slowing down that mothership. We're going into a base trade because of course we are. Oh no, the not so super pylon cancels the warpit. The mothership is still keeping tabs. Dark expected this. He's building 17 overlords right now. Wow, and he's building a lot of them in his main. That's actually a bit of a disaster, as Dark may continue to be supply blocked. Well, somehow the overlords actually escaped the Golden Armada here. Well, not really the Golden Armada. More like the, I don't know, Yellow Armada. Except it's blue. I was trying to come up with, like, what's gold, but doesn't look as good. I couldn't come up with anything very quickly. Fool's Golden Armada. Yeah, it's just like the Golden League Armada. There it is. Got it. Nailed it. All right, edit out the other part. Put that in. The Golden League Armada. Make Void Rays and pray and hope they've never discovered what an infestor is. Which, I don't know how that's going to work out here. So far, he is lighting up the Zerg army. But he still has yet to deal with the Heart of the Swarm. The Broodlords. They're still... Where are the Broodlords? Darkest actually... herO has 8,000 minerals in the bank. There are 27. What are we doing? Where are you going? The probes are logged. Wait. He's building another baneling nest, by the way, because redundancy is the name of the game. I guess the banelings... He did kill the Evo. Wait, the Evo finished +3 in the main, because here... You know, this is probably a good trade for herO, trading gas for minerals. Not that anybody's thinking about trading their... Build some more probes! Now 23 probes die. Absolute madness. And par for the course, still, between these two. Okay, we're gonna calm down a bit. Dark is somehow entirely out of minerals. I mean, it's not a... He still has the army, though. He still has 15 infestors, 9 broodlords, 16 corruptors, and 3 vipers. So it feels like we've spent 10 minutes on, like, the side quest here of seeing how much the Void Ray army could get done. But at some point, he is gonna have to fight. Alright, the feedbacks are good. A single Blink Stalker, revelation on the infestors has paid dividends so far. But a fungal on the Void Rays. Time warp. Hey, get over here. Yanks in the mud. Yeah, oh my god. Yeets it off the map, make sure. You know, I wouldn't put it past Dark to do that just for the animation. And the Ultralisks in production here. herO decides the mothership was worth it. I think it was, actually, at the end of the day. He got a lot done using it to cover his army against the extraneous, well, especially the extraneous corruptors and such. Carrier's on the way yet again. herO has managed to rebuild as Dark has not finished him off, or didn't finish him off in that scenario, so. herO has plenty of minerals to spam cannons with. changelings into the main. I don't know what he's looking for. The Nidus network, I think, died a long time ago. He did not rebuild that. It's quite expensive. And doubtful it would have any effect. The Corruptors! The changeling spotted the carriers coming out at dark! Takes them out of the Stargates! What a play! What a snipe! Oh, and then he turns the Void Rays! You know what counters Void Rays, herO? Void Rays! And dark! Again! He waited 15 plus minutes for this moment. But just like that! Oh my god! He's done it again! I need to go back and see. Like, oh my, herO looking, I need to, the herO cam. We need to see what herO sees. We need to experience it like herO did. All right, there's some queens there. Okay, Revelation, nothing there, nothing there. Oh my god, what's happening in the main? What's happening in the main? All right. Oh, he saw it. He saw, oh no, it's bad. It's bad, it's bad. Oh, it's really bad. Oh no. He didn't, that was like the first, I think those were the first neural parasites of the game. Oh no, it's an absolute utter disaster for herO. All without Corruptors, the Void Rays doing the heavy lifting to counter the Void Rays. There are 14 more Infestors in production. herO is certainly not dead. But Dark does it again. Oh. Well, that one was worse. I mean, herO has enough money to rebuild. He can warp in 60 more zealots if he'd like. He's working, he's got a DT working through the base. But he put the Fear of Dark in him. The Ultras are here. The next fight, I think he'll hold him down and knock him out. I don't know how you emotionally recover from that experience. The main weakness of the Void Ray is how close they have to get in comparison to the carriers in Tempest. You just can't mass them up in the same way. And apparently you can't mass up carriers either when Dark's around. Oh, he corners the Ultras. He body blocks with Blink Stalkers, but the Ultras are trying to chew their way through. Still gets him there. herO now has exhausted that bank. 5 more Ultras on the way. Oh, he yanked in an Oracle and knocked it out. Those Broodlings just went halfway across the field in order to drop down. Oh my. herO is maxed out, but Dark has a way of making 200 supply. Well, when he takes 30 of your supply and turns it into his supply, that's why your army feels so small. The Broodlords get some high energy, high Templar. He's down to 1 Templar. He's got 45 Blink Stalkers against Mass Infestor. I'm not sure what the plan is. Well, Parasitic Bomb bungles across everything. You really should get that checked out. The Ultras come in! The Fungals are being chained together. He's trying to kill. He got all the Broodlords. But he's bogged down by the fungal growths. 17 more Stalkers are warping in. Where? Oh my, eventually. Oh, he's neural Who does that? He's neural parasiting Stalkers. And a DT. The Spine Crawlers are racking up some delectable kills. Ultras are popping out. Well, that's a lot. He neural parasites some more, you know? There's no detection. He's not bothering. He's not unburrowing. There's no detection. So he just uses the neural. I can't believe it. Like, I can totally believe it, but this is the most thorough evisceration. Oh my god, and the ultras just chew through everything. herO, emotionally, physically, and mentally, is just beaten. Dark spends 34 minutes dismantling herO's entire lifestyle. And it only gets him one game. Oh. That might be his magnum opus. Alright. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But that may be the most dark game that has ever been played. And that is an incredibly high/low bar. And we are not done with this series. But oh, herO. The tide has not turned. Okay, it's been reversed. He's parted the Red Sea. And just walked right through it. He's neural parasited the sea and drowned him in it. Somehow. Don't ask me how. Ah. He's done it again. Well, game 4. herO has something to say. Okay. Why did you have to... 7 generations will be shamed by that. Alright. Dark says, you want to make it 8? herO with a lot of the double dots at the end. I don't think we need a translation, though. I wouldn't mind one in the comments to really get an interpretation of that. As you know exactly how herO feels. Somehow, that feels like one of those games that should count for 2. Dark laughing at whatever herO just said. I can't help but feel like herO is trying to call Dark out right now. He's like challenging him to a duel. You want to go outside, bro? You want to go? And then Dark is just laughing at him like a toddler trying to pick a fight. All right. Even the caster joining in. He knew the Korean caster. All right, everybody's involved now after that one. herO and Dark are gonna end up on the Jerry Springer show, whatever the Korean equivalent is. After this. As well they should. That was a game and a half. 2, 3. That was Dark versus herO. Just when Dark looked like he was beat, like herO was just gonna take a comfortable victory. And clean up the series. Reigniting balance complaints throughout the comment section. Dark comes back with that. I think there's a non-zero chance he let him live. Just so he could beat him again in the same game. Because remember, it was 200 to 104 supply. But that is... How much of that is letting him live? And herO had a lot of opportunities to bring it back from there. On paper, of course. Oh, Depth Shade's in. Just gonna kill... Where are the links? Dark, where are the links? He's just losing drones, like... Well, he's gonna get the Adept at least. 2 drones down. Protoss so easy. herO. That is too many. That's like LOL, like by the 4th or 5th one. That's too many. Alright, it's like saying hey with 6 Ys. It's a bit suspicious. herO. Ah, the Oracle there. Dark. Thought about it. Turned around. Well, wait, Twilight, there's the forge. All right, let's try to get back, snap back to reality. Adepts shading their way by. Not gonna complete it, right? Is he really? He was thinking about maybe jamming him in a corner and bringing the oracles in, but oracles head straight for the main. Gonna burn through some more drones. 5 drones in total. Dark suffering pretty heavily here. 9 drones down. Does have a lot of Zerglings on the field, but herO should have enough Adepts in order to deal with this. As long as that Adept stays put. Alright. Now they managed to shade across. Gonna try to fight this directly. I think that's enough lanes. The Oracles aren't here to help out. He's gonna get 1, 2... The rest get away. Unfortunately, Protoss never developed healing abilities because they don't believe in that. Brenda! Vengeance! Wait. Well, you know what you'll never expect. The court... The queens. Ah, looks like... Were the oracles recalled? No. The queens were just hanging out on the other side. He just sent them out. Bit of an awkward start here, but... Wouldn't be herO versus Dark without it. It's gonna get the wraparound again on creep. This one was a bit more ambitious. Gonna lose 2 more Adepts, maybe 3. And make his way back. Goes straight for the Oracle. Actually, did we cancel it, or? I guess canceled. Stasis ward, not gonna happen. Oracle being targeted down. And now... Oh, it's so weird looking at like a normal production tab. I feel like I went on a... Like, to a whole nother dimension in that last game. Is that an infestation pit? What are you doing with the infestation pit down? Either rushing a hive, or... I'll leave that open-ended. Use one of herO's double dots there. These Adepts are determined to die to Zerglings. And so far have mostly achieved their goal. Meanwhile, the Blink Stalker's fighting the Queens. Roach is trying to get involved, but the Queen's kind of stuck in the way here. More Roaches. The Zerglings caught in a stasis. Our Tosalope getting... Oh, that's a Tastalope, I'm sorry. Distinct difference. Our Tosalope has a more salty feel to it. Infestor's on the way. Hydralisk Den. And a Hive. As Dark rounds out the tech tree. Speaking of rounding out, though, Disruptor is very likely out of herO as the Robo Bay and 2 Robos complete. Hive halfway done. Now we see. Are the Blink Stalkers enough? There are those 2 Infestors. They're building up energy. Still about 20 seconds off of Fungal. Plenty of Roach Ravager here. Speed upgrades done. Stasis drawn out. What are you doing here? Warp Prism knocked down. And that honestly should be the end of the attack for now. We'll see if he wants to continue it. I don't believe he's spotted the infestors, which could spell disaster if he wants to continue forward. If he comes in again, those infestors are certainly going to move forward. But double Ruptor being chronoed out of the robos. Stalkers roaming. For now. The infestor's looking for an opportunity. Has he seen them? You know, there's a chance he could snipe them with the oracles here. But... well... that didn't work. The oracles bungled and knocked down. Sure, he used the energy, but without the oracles, it's going to be a lot harder to make any progress onto the creep. Disruptors will certainly help with that, but lurkers with range. Well, lurker range on the way. No lurkers yet. 8 hydras in production. There are the lurkers. The disruptors can deal with them. There's no vipers at the moment. So the disruptors will have a good opportunity to get the damage done. And Dark doesn't really have that many bases to work with here. If he loses one, it's going to be dicey. If he loses two, he's on his last legs. Lurkers have a lot of them, but still will be difficult. Adaptive Talons on the way. I'm not counting that base. Clearly a placeholder, at least for now. Zoning Spores. Trying to make detection a little more difficult. And the fact he lost those oracles is definitely going to hurt. Dark maxed out. herO not far off. Storm about to complete. Missile attacks level 2 for Dark. All done. And Dark just going to try to circumvent the army here. Finds an Archon. Complementary. Oh no, the Observer! Dark's forward spores. Catching another victim. And now herO completely out of position to deal with the lurkers. He's kind of flailing in between the bases here. There's one lurker on the other side. Disruptors could take it out. But herO definitely not getting the jump on this base trade. Tries to blink in response. Disruptor in that mineral line, targeted. Despite the lack of detection. It's easy enough to figure out where it is. The Queen's being taken out, but here comes Dark onto the third. Disruptors depowered in the robos themselves alongside the robo bay. The tech branch just going to be completely sheared off here. Oracle in production. Desperately needs something to deal... well, at this point, how many disruptors? He has 4 disruptors. He still has a lot of storm on those Templar. But herO is down to 2 bases now. A lot of the probes are about to go down as well. Feels like Dark has just outmaneuvered him. The lurkers on the run. Loses the Overseer, but no chance of DTs. He doesn't have a Dark Shrine here. Yeah, Dark definitely coming out ahead of this base trade. 68 to 42 workers, 200 to 149 supply blocks supplied, 10 pylons on the way. Oh my. Disastrous for herO right now. The lurkers, he's gonna blink forward, but the Fungals in response, a ranged lurker shredding through, and here come the rest. Storm, desperate. I don't know where you're blinking to. I don't think herO does either. herO doesn't have, time is not on his side right now. Dark has, I mean, he's maxed out. He doesn't even need to fill out much more. The Disruptor's coming forward, fires off a shot. Doesn't even kill a lurker, splits the difference. Oh my. Pretty big Disruptor hit. Second one, not nearly as impressive. Like many sequels. herO trying to retake a third. He's desperate. He's gonna have to try to dismantle this disruptor wall. Not really a wall, but just an overlapping defense in depth. Again, herO does have a dangerous army. But Dark doesn't need to take any risks. He might anyways. But he has the better economy, he has the better army composition. All he has to do is wait for herO. herO doesn't even need to make a mistake now. He needs to force one. It's no longer the case. It's not an even money game. He needs Dark to be out of position. But it's hard to be out of position when you have 23 lurkers. He's gonna keep half a dozen at home, send the rest across. He can trade one of his 5 bases for one of herO's 3. The math checks out for him yet again. The lurker spread. I can't believe it's not butter. You put razor blades in your butter. Who doesn't nowadays? Makes me feel alive. Want to know how I got these Well, the lurkers are absolutely eviscerating the Protoss base. herO. Where are you going, herO? All right. Feels like this one. Well, good luck. There are no lurkers at the 4th base here, but Dark has expanded everywhere else. Disruptors. Here come some lurkers, headed on back. Just gonna dunk them down. Storm shrugs it off. Funk. Oh yeah, okay, all right. Play them out. 2-2. We're going to match point because, of course, we are. herO versus Dark. All the way. Game 5. One of the most complete series. Oh, and I thought we were going home early. Well, it looked that way for a bit. But it's looking to be a dark night. Thank you again to the Korean StarCraft 2 League for existing. Make sure after you like and subscribe to, oh my god. What are you doing? Okay. Check him out in the description. Your support on Patreon makes this happen. He's proxy gating. Of course he is. He's Cannon Rush proxy gate. Oh my god. Oh me, oh my. How it's game 5. That probe. Yeah, he's not. It begin. It's happening. Is he just gonna let him come down and deny it? Alright, well, herO. I can't tell if this is supreme confidence or just desperation. You know, porque no los dos. He knew that Dark would see it. You cannot lose that probe. You simply cannot lose that probe. Dark isn't taking it very seriously. I mean, 3 drones. For those of you wondering how many drones to kill a Cannon Rush, Dark showing us 3 is the number. Here come 2 Zealots, by the way. The Cannon Rush, the bait and switch. Oh. Well, well, well. How the turntables have turned, my friend. The Zealots, I mean, I think Dark suspected something. As he didn't wall off, he didn't go for the crazy cannons. So... oh my god, he's walling the rep. Does that wall? herO shows him how to make a door indeed. While the cannon is not in a great spot, if the Zealots are able to hold the door, 2 Zerglings are headed across. He's got a Cyber Core on the way, so there's a non-zero chance we macro this out somehow. He went right, but well, he wasn't gonna kill the infrastructure. Here come the Zealots to protect the cannon. Dark looks like he wants to protect the hatch, but it ain't happening. Gonna try to fight with the Broodlings. And he boxes out with the broodlings and uses the queens to add the damage to the cannon. And Dark with a pretty comfortable cleanup. All right, where are we now? Again, Dark in a weird economic spot in the early game. The weirdest so far. But he's got... Oh my. The Adepts are on the way, though. They can't finish soon enough. He needs them badly. The Adepts pop out. And... Looks like we're playing the full tech game here. And here come the roaches. All right, it's like a Scooby-Doo episode. Just go back and forth on the tech. The roaches counter the Adepts. The Adepts go. The roaches chase them down. More Adepts on the way. But the Adept Shade, there's only this one pylon. I know how important even one pylon can be. Yo, he needs that pylon, though. Uh-oh.
Who does that?
Ends up canceling the Adepts. He's making more gates at home. Well, feels like Dark has taken this in stride. There was not even a hint of panic. In fact, almost disdain, I think, is the emotion we saw there. For that successful yet mediocre, almost impotent cannon rush. He got the hatch, but at what cost? The warp gates are finishing. He's warping in one stalker. But will one Adept and one stalker stop this? That'll depower the cannon. Oh, no. herO goes up 2-0. And then he goes right back to 0. Oh my god. Dark, with the complete and utter humiliation, is all I can call it, of herO. 3 games in a row. And honestly, I think maybe one of them should count for 2. Wow. Dark, with one of the most dark series Dark has ever darked. And it's a verb in this case. I'm impressed. I'm concerned. I'm aroused. I'm dismayed and a little relieved, I think. It's over. We're done. We don't have another 40-minute game sneaking up on us out of nowhere. It's all over. Well, if you stayed till the very bitter end, thank you. I hope you enjoyed. And if not, well, you didn't hear me say this, so it's not really relevant. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Shout out to the Korean StarCraft 2 League. Make sure to check them out in the description. And then a little further down, you can find, if you have the means of motivation, Patreon, maybe YouTube membership. And if you don't, like and subscribe. Well, no, otherwise, like and subscribe. Not if you don't. We're not threatening you yet. Thank you for watching. I hope it made your day a little bit better. Good luck, have fun. Stay chill.